is we doing? Peace, everybody. Peace. I'm gonna get into this build, just setting it up real quick. There we go. How y'all doing this morning? Peace, 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 peace. Get Chanchu up in there. Hmm. The energy reading for July 9th, 2018. We're just gonna talk about the astrology and then go into some tarot and, set up our day and see what's happening, what to prepare for astrologically, what's really taking shape right now. Last time we checked, we were talking about the Grand Cross, among other things, Jupiter and Scorpio. And guess what? Jupiter and Scorpio is still applicable in the astrology. So Jupiter will be going direct tomorrow afternoon. Mercury is square Jupiter. And so there's a lot of things happening in Leo right now with Mercury and Venus and Leo. And this is like a mixed bag. This is where we really have to understand existential love as opposed to simply looking at having a universal love and whether that's something that can work for us or is it just simply existential love. So if existential love was something you were really going for, with Venus being in Leo, that was very tough. Now Mercury is in Leo squaring Jupiter and Scorpio, so ultimately this is a time for reflection today. Really understanding, okay, you know these past 6 months have been very, very interesting. These past 6 months have been very, very interesting. And how do I feel about that? How am I going to move forward from that? Because Jupiter goes direct tomorrow. Venus goes into Virgo tomorrow. So Venus hates being in Leo. So when we get Earth that goes into Earth, like Venus really enjoys being in Virgo because she gets to create, she gets to see. It's very physical. It's very it's all about a manifestation. So we are going to manifest in Virgo over these next couple of months. So how do you what are you planning on manifesting and how have you taken in these lessons in these past 6 months that Jupiter has been in Scorpio and then did a retrograde and now it's about to go straight up through Scorpio once again. So really the trauma, the shadow, really clearing it out, because if we cleared a little bit out and that felt good, then we have to continue to go because we want to clear the shadow out because Jupiter is going into Sagittarius. So Jupiter in Sagittarius is a big deal. So we are preparing ourselves for Jupiter in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is Jupiter. But you can't get to where you're going with the shadow shit. So this is a good time to be reflective. This is a good time to do something in the form of, okay, I've learned my lesson, so I'm going to do community service for myself because I've learned my lesson. I've learned that I need to give. I've learned, okay, instead of simply I should have called Raymond. Actually call Raymond's ass up. Hey man, I'm sorry I didn't call. I was going through my shit, but I'm feeling better now. I was listening to this dude named Hood Mystic on YouTube. Got my shit together. and I'm ready to talk about that project we was talking about. What's the block? How is these blocks showing up? Because the blocks is showing up as trauma and pain that needs to kind of be worked through, and it's affecting your relationships in all walks of life. But what are you going to do about it? What action steps are you going to take to say, you know what, I am healed? Instead of, okay, I listened to this video on YouTube, that felt good, and now I need to find another video that I like. No, what we're trying to do right now is inspire action because we still have that emotional grand trine, and we also have our earth sign grand trine that we talked about in our solar eclipse video. And it is the head of the earth trine, grand trine, is Saturn. And so we talked about Saturn yesterday. Be sure to check out that video. I'm not going to get into it here, but definitely a powerful build. um so yep, Mars is still conjunct the South Node, so we can still really act upon our past lives' gifts, and we can act out our past lives' hurt. We have to really understand it in the context of time, so that's why I suggest watching that Saturn video. Sorry, I got this phone hooked up to the charger. So yeah, astrologically, the energy is pretty much the same. More of a reflection, more of a preparation as Venus goes. I hope we back on. So ultimately, if you, I don't know where I left off at, but anyways, let's get into this tarot and really understand the energy. Interestingly enough, I pull these cards at random, but the card that I picked today first at random was the universe, and the universe is actually ruled by Saturn. So like understand, if you watch the video that I did yesterday when I'm talking about breaking the spell of Saturn and all of this, and then you really look at this card, you really understand this card. This lady is breaking through this. Like Saturn is a gateway of really understanding who you are versus who you think you are, and then what are you going to do about it? Because we can't just be conspiracy theorists and Illuminati exposers and still living in our mom's basement. It don't work like that. You don't deal with spirituality and then say I'm dealing with lack or I'm hurting. That's not spirituality. That's humanity. And I don't talk about humanity on this channel. I don't care about humanity on this channel. I care more about spirituality. So the Prince of Swords is occupying your mind with a bunch of existential stuff that don't matter. So the title of this video is balance. Balance in the form, what balance is. Balance isn't making decisions. That's not balance. That's weighing. Balance is when you stand up on your own 2 feet and you stand upright. You don't want to tip over. Balance is a form of grounding and surety. And you don't have that grounding and surety with single-mindedness or with having multiple thoughts. I apologize. Good morning. Peace, everybody. So the scattered brain energy, you got to solidify all of that energy into one understanding of the moment. You weighing shit, trying to figure shit out. I wish I could have did that better. I can't believe they didn't hire me. All of this past shit. So understanding that energy, we walk into the Queen of Disc. And take a look at this young lady as she sits with the world in her hands. She is far away from that desert that she once dwelled in, and she's walking into her land of abundance. As Venus goes into Virgo, the Queen of Dis will be taking an exit from Leo, which is her desert. Venus does not like Leo because Venus don't like being by herself, and Leo likes to be by itself. And Venus has to do a lot of self inventory and all of that. When Venus just wanted to reach out and touch somebody's hand like Diana Ross. So, as we approach Virgo, she will be able to reach out and touch somebody's hand, but you know, understanding the energy. Are you prepared? Are you ready for that transition? Or are you just gonna just stay in your goddamn desert? That's a question. And so the Five of Swords. Venus is an Aquarius in this card, and so the title of this card is Defeat. Venus in Aquarius is Defeat. What am I talking about? Because change is supreme when you attach yourself to situations, houses, relationships, anything earthbound, earthly, without understanding that it changes and it flows and it has to die and it like I said, Diana Ross, she wants to reach out and touch somebody, but Diana, you got to let that person go after you touch me. Okay, reach out and touch me, but then let me go. Don't reach out and touch me, grab me and hold me for life. No, we it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So Nine of Cups, the energy for the day is overall expanding the deeper shit that's going on within you. Okay. Uh-oh. Did you purge? Have you been cleansing? Have you been purifying yourself? Don't do it for me. I didn't make up those terms. I didn't make up those terms. I didn't make up a waning moon. This is something that I understand about life and how it works. You have to purge. You have to get rid of the old so the new stuff can come in. Period. There's nothing else to say. Finally, the Three of Wands. Taking some initiative today. We still in this, Chiron and Aries energy where healing isn't somebody that's going to knock on your door. Healing is a particular vibration that one is going to ascribe to, one that you're going to head toward, like, I'm going to heal myself. That's what Chiron and Aries is saying. I am healing myself. I am healing my relationships with my parents, my relationships with my children, my relationships with my friends, my relationships with my exes. I'm going to heal that. That narrative is not the narrative on social media and throughout the world. The narrative is I've been hurt. Lick my wounds. So Chiron and Aries is a little different and it's very new. So how are you going to handle that? Because some people are taking their healing by the balls and they are healing themselves through spirit within them. It's a new day. So, you know, the healers are rising and that healing energy is rising in a lot of people. So if you're not using that energy, then it shows up as depression because you cannot isolate yourself, okay? Not in this spirituality, not in this consciousness. You need to go more into your humanity if you want to live an isolated life. Because you isolate yourself to study, to educate. And if you look up what educate means, it means to bring out, which is what's already in. When you go to school, when you send your children to school, you are not educating them. You are indoctrinating them. So, more on the spiritual tip, I had to just say that. But more on the spiritual tip, when we want to bring our spirit forth, we can use that isolation time, but that isolation time is not forever. Venus is about to go into Virgo. The summer is ending. let's make some plans to get out here and really enjoy what's remaining of the summer, and as opposed to being in our feelings. So that was the energy reading for today. Sorry about the connection and all of that, but you know how spirit and energy be, and haters and all of that stuff be. But for readings or anything like that, hoodmystic at gmail.com. To donate to my channel, if it's only $1, paypal.me/ the hood mystic. So yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Make sure you check my video on Saturn. And what else we got coming up? I'm working on the lunar eclipse video that's going to take place, and I believe it's Aquarius. So let's get some popcorn ready. All right. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Hit me up on the email, hoodmystic at gmail.com. Peace.